The 2023 election has come and gone, and a winner has been announced, which is Ahmed Bola Tinubu.
Tinubu Bola Ahmed of the APC, having satisfied the requirements of the law, is hereby declared the winner and is returned elected. Thank you.
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. The ship did not sink or waver. We anchor well on the president-elect, Bola Ahmed.
Sorry, not tomorrow, this morning. You will collect it at 3 p.m.
Ashwaju, the new president of Nigeria from the ruling party APC. He defeated the other rivals, which were Atiku and Obi, scored 8 million votes, while Atiku scored 6.9 million votes, and Peter Obi scored 6.1 million votes, respectively. The election was marred by a lot of irregularities. There was people complaining of rigging. People saw election sheets in states like Rivers. In the bush, people were killed. INEC refused to upload server. Even in places like FCT, they beat up INEC officials to death because they said they were trying to manipulate results. Lots of council sheets with numbers being replaced. For the order, even the president has been declared. But yet, the Beavers, which is meant to upload results, has not even uploaded all the results. Tell me where that happens anywhere in the country, except the country of lawlessness and a country that is bound not to be transparent. I'm your host, Marvelous Achafu Kelechi, and I'm always joined by Chimeres and Henry Awunaya in our Toronto studios in Canada. But before we break down what happened during the election, let's take you guys down on what we did this weekend. So we're going to break down what we did in the weekend. So Chimeres, I know that this weekend was an eventful, not even weekend, so weekend is gone, but just to bring it back, what we did from the weekend till today. What happened with you, Chimeres? I know you have a lot to talk about, your new music, everything. So we'll give it to us. What happened with you?
This week has been a very amazing week for us at the Prayer Room. The Prayer Room record just officially started its record label for gospel music, and the first song, which is Yeshua HaMashiach, which means Jesus Christ is King, was released, and it's been a journey through. It's a song of prayer. And one thing I can say is that, all these years, it's been tough for the two of us, Kiwi Talk and Prayer Room and everything. But one thing I'm grateful is that God has really given us grace and given us determination and passion. And that's one thing I can say. Yeshua HaMashiach is streaming on Apple Music and Spotify. Make sure you go stream it, listen to it. For now, we are just doing just audio. We have 4 other artists under the Prayer Records, so you're going to be seeing songs from not just me, from different ministers from the Prayer Records. So it is a good adventure. I'm excited for what God is doing. I want to tell you, as a choir person, as a regular person, don't allow nobody tell you what you can and cannot do, who you can and cannot serve. Continue to push until your dreams become reality.
You are yet to transform. You are here right now. Thank you, Lord. Power. Rakasunda rabo shekete rigabo sunda. Rikanda rabo sukaya bo shekete. Mayikende rabo sukaya raba. Shikaya bo sukete. Mare bobo sunda rabo shikaya rabo seke. Rigrabo sunda ya raba.
That's a good one. For me, what happened over the weekend is that things are still bad over here in Nigeria. The inflation is still terrible, buying naira for naira. Don't know where that is happening anywhere in the world. Even Ukraine and Russia that are at war do not have those kind of policies affecting their currency. I'm not sure they buy their currency. Just extremely terrible. I just wish that could go over, that could pass over. And also this weekend has been very, very an eventful one. And I'm planning to also roll out some projects very soon. But I'll still keep my fingers crossed and see if I can pull it through. But I think this should be a year of rolling out projects. And I want to just even thank God too for my concluded, I was writing a few exams, promotional exams and the rest of them, and also some entry exams. So I just thank God that it's been done and dusted. A lot of us I had to help people complete their projects, done and dusted, and we'll move on now to other issues. That's been it for what happened to us over the weekend. Now to the matter on ground, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu is the new president of Nigeria. Tim, how do you feel about this?
To be honest, like last week when we spoke about, you asked me who was going to win this presidential election. And God showed me clearly that Tinubu was going to win this election because Nigerians are not yet ready for a new Nigeria. Not ready for a new Nigeria in the sense that we have not even started the process of laying this new Nigeria. The process of laying this new Nigeria begins with us as individuals. Yes, we can say the government has been bad, but it is not the government that run the POS machines. It is not even the government that breaks the the oil pipes in Bayelsa State. It's not the government that will put a cement inside Gary container and be selling a Gary that is supposed to be a full cup or a half cup. So we have not yet started the journey of a new Nigeria. Yet we are saying it, but do we truly want a new Nigeria? What does it mean to be a new Nigeria? Nigeria itself is not an institution made by God. God is not the architect of Nigeria. Believe it or not, Nigeria started in 1960. It was an amalgamation by Lord Lugard and the British Empire. You don't expect the British people, the Europeans who amalgamated Nigeria for their profit, should allow Nigeria become a new state. So if we are talking about a new Nigeria, we need to be honest. Nigeria has to be dissolved. Then it has to be reconstructed. Nigeria is a forced marriage. So we know that right now the Western European nations will not allow Nigeria get a good president. Because imagine if Peter Obi emerges as president of Nigeria, it means that Peter Obi is going to shut down he's even going to take away the dollar. He's going to shut away all these illegal resources being stolen from Africa. And the Western European nations' economy will crash because Europe is what it is today because of stolen resources from Africa. So we have a long way to go. So right now, what I can tell you is that America went all the way to Dubai to incarcerate hush puppy for fraudulent activities not done in America, but done all the way from Dubai and Nigeria. And Tinubu has a drug trafficking charges in America. Americans destroyed Hitler. Osama bin Laden, all the way from America. They destroyed him. And even Gaddafi, they shot Gaddafi and bombed his palace all the way from America. So you see it very clearly that if America, if the world, if the United Nations and also the African nations want a better Nigeria, it has to begin from the very top to the least bottom. For me, I think Nigeria has received a president that is beneficial for all of the corrupt, and when I mean corrupt, I mean also European nations, corrupt world leaders. And this is just a plan from the world leaders. I think what we should say to Nigerians is that Nigerians, now you know you do not practice democracy. What you practice is inecracy. Inecracy is in the state that INEC determined the president of Nigeria. Because what was the reason of the elections? INEC should have just sat in our houses and INEC would have just declared Tinubu the president, because that is the end result. So I think we should stop fooling ourselves. What we have is a political power by selected privileged individuals and godfatherism in Nigeria. So anybody who expects godfatherism to just end in one day is a joker. Over to you, Mr. Chaffo.
Thank you very much. For me, I would say that this election was a sham. Thank God I don't believe in elections. I've never believed in them, never believed in the Nigerian institution. Everything is a failure. This election, the Nigerian, especially INEC, should be ashamed of itself. This is what you call a national embarrassment, a national disgrace. I would have said international self, but we see some African countries almost lit up to the disgrace that INEC put up with. Tell me anywhere in the world, except from maybe a continent like Africa that seems to be cursed, where you would have an election, where it is in your INEC book that a winner will not be declared until every result is uploaded on the Beavers. You have to upload the result on Beavers. But a winner has been announced now. Every result has not been uploaded on Beavers. They were not uploading the results on Beavers. Tell me anywhere in the world where INEC is cancelling. Many papers were brought up where they were cancelling results, cancelling this, cancelling that. Look at result sheets being cancelled all over, left, right, and center. Tell me anywhere in the world where thugs will have the infantry to go to a polling station and say, if you are not going to vote APC, please leave here. That we are not here to joke. Don't voter intimidation where there is a police nearby. Tell me anyone in the world where they will snatch ballot boxes and the police are standing nearby and they are not doing anything about it. Even the police spokesman, even issuing statements that, what do you expect the policeman to do? That's why you know that truly this nation is a failure. If you are going to, that's one thing I talk about. That's one thing that always makes me angry about the Nigerian politicians and make me lose my trust in them. If you believe that you are popular, you believe you are the one that people want the most, you are the man of the people, then you don't have to rig. You don't have to do irregularities. All of you will go to an open field, contest, and whoever gets the number of votes will win. I feel the frustration of some of the Peter Obi people because they are saying that it's not as if we are about to win. It's not a do or die affair. But at least they will lose. Let them lose on a fair ground, not on the ground of irregularity, not on the ground of voter intimidation, not on the ground of where they are seeing ballot papers in the bush, seeing ballot papers being destroyed, seeing another person has been charged to prison. I think it's a minority leader, a top House of Rep member in a house, somebody that is supposed to make law was killing people on election day. Somebody supposed to uphold law, to make laws that will govern the people, was caught killing people. Unless Honorable Dogwa, now facing the Nigerian police for something absolutely bonko. You see a particular local government chairman.
Do you think the Nigerian police
that was going?
Do you think the Nigerian police are going to even? Is there justice in the Nigerian justice system? That's the question.
There's no justice, but at least arresting him in some way. He will have his day in court. That I can guarantee you of. The other parties will make sure, even if the Nigerian police is not willing to persecute him, the other parties are willing to persecute him to have his day in court. He will surely have his day in court. That one I never doubt that. Whether the justice system will be able to, treat the case in a urgent matter or provide justice is another thing entirely. But the evidence will show whether he's guilty or not. So I will leave it to the evidence. But I'm sure he will have his day in court. If the Nigerian police will not have the will, the other parties will have the will. Because he murdered, I think they said, according to allegedly, killed more than 6 people. But I'll call it allegedly. Let's say innocent or proven guilty. The Nigerian police has taken him into custody. So that's what some people are angry about. Irregularities, even in Kogi State, where a local government chairman was being escorted by police to go and destroy ballot box material. The same way the lady Natasha won 4 out of 5 local governments, and yet he declared the other person as the winner in Kogi State. Irregularities, you just see INEC being backed up with irregularities. The worst thing, the thing that is not even annoying people, to add salt to injury, there was a Snapchat screenshot of the INEC chairman's son congratulating the dad for saying a job well done. And they brought out a tweet that he tweeted, I think on the 25th of this month, of last month, the 25th of February or so, where he said that if Obi become president, that he's never coming back to Nigeria. This is the son of the INEC chairman who is supposed to be independent, tweeting something like this, showing his bias towards a particular candidate. So how do you expect them to trust the process? So for me, it is just so. I feel like what Peter Obi said, I know he has shared tears today, is saying that what's what is going to pursue it in court. I feel it should pursue it in court. But there are more than enough evidence to show that truly this election was nothing close to being free, nothing close to being fair. I never expected it to be so, because I don't believe in the Nigerian system. But since they feel like they can, get their day in the Supreme Court and they can get justice, why not let them pursue justice? And maybe, just maybe, they might be able to overthrow the ruling party and be declared as the right winner. It's just to present the evidence before the court. And that's been our offering for this episode of the Breakfast Show. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and also tell us what you feel about this election. Tell us what you think about it and what happened in your own area. If you voted, tell us who you voted for and whether the election was fair and fair. Till next episode, we'll see you guys later.
Okay. Lastly, so,